Hello and welcome back to another exciting VBA tutorial. In today's video, we are going to look at how we can open multiple PDF files from within your Excel. We will also look at a scenario where we have filter applied and we want to only look at visible rows and only open PDF for those rows. That said, without wasting any precious time, let's get right into it. Let's open up our favorite sales file. We have some sample sales data in here, and the last column, that is the most relevant column we have, is the link to file, which is saved in my Google Drive. I have added hyperlink to all these files. If you don't know how to edit, you can simply select these files and Control-Shift right click, and here you will see copy as path, and then you can simply paste it here. Let's open up Visual Basic screen, and inside your personal macro workbook, create an empty module and give it a good name. So let's call it Open Multi PDF Excel. So any code you will write will start with sub. Sub stands for subroutine. As soon as you will press enter, it will add empty parentheses and an end sub. That will mean that your code is fine so far. The first thing we will declare is the PDF application path. So let's declare a new variable. To declare a new variable, we simply use dim, that is for dimension. Add a variable name, that could be anything, and then add a data type. Since we are going to store location in it, we will simply use string. Now, alright, so let's give the location to our Adobe Acrobat reader. It does not have to be Adobe Acrobat. It could be Foxit or whatever your PDF application of choice is. Keep in mind that I have done a previous video where we only open one PDF file from Excel. You can check it out. Link should be on the screen somewhere. To open up multiple PDF files, at the first step, we need to figure out how to access our selection in VBA. So for example, if I have from here to here selected, we need to figure out how we can access this selection in VBA. We will be using selection to access our selected values. For example, let's add it here. Selection is its own object within VBA. It functions much like a range object. So we can either define it like this. So we define a new variable called myRange, and then we put the myRange equal to selection, or we can use the selection directly as well. So let me just comment this out. Let's try to use the selection directly. All right, so let's write a simple loop. In mind that we have the data selected. So let's say for each cell in selection, and we say next cell. This will complete the loop. Let me format this a bit. Within the loop, we will simply do a debug.print to access the cell's value. Keep in mind that we now have to declare the cell as well. So let's declare as range. And as soon as we run this code, we should get the values for each cell printed in the immediate window. So let's run the code. And you can see we now have access to our selected values from within Excel in VBA. Next, we can simply add our command that opens a PDF within this loop. We will use shell command to open the PDFs by providing it path of Adobe or your favorite PDF editor. Right, so let's type in shell and open parentheses to just figure out what the parameters it accepts. So it accepts the path name. That is the path to our application, which we have stored in PDF app path. Second argument is window style. So for example, you want it open minimized, or you want it to be focused, etc. So let's start creating this code here. Let's comment this out and let's add data here. So we write shell. Next thing we will write is the location to our application. Next, we will add a space in between using and or ampersand. Then we will give the cell that stores the location of each PDF file. And the last argument we will give is VB normal focus. What that will mean is it will open up and it will be focused instead of minimized or hidden. So let's just select few of these values and let's run our code to check and see if our code works. So I only have two values selected or two rows selected. Back in VBA, click on run. And you can see two PDF files have opened, which means that our code right now works. Now let's consider a scenario where we have our data filtered. Let's say we only want to look at invoices for Land of Toys customer. So let's select this and filter values. Now keep in mind that we have only selected these three locations. So let's go back to VBA and run our code. We should only see three files open, but we see that more than three files have opened. This is because we did not account for visible rows. So what Excel is doing is it is considering all the rows from 2 through 6, which is why it has opened up 5 files. Right, so let's close these files. Let's go back to our VBA and see if we can fix this. All right, so this is a very simple fix. We can simply add dot special cells, and from special cells, we will access Excel cell type visible. Now let's test our code again, and we should now only open up 3 files, which we have filtered right now on the screen. 1, 2, and 3. Boom. It means that our code now works with filter data. Great. Let me close these files. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to test this one by one. So first I'm going to test it on one file. So let's say I only have this one line selected. That's line number 4. Run our code. Should open up one file. Alright, so I was testing the code and it seems like this code does not work on one selection. So what we are going to do is we will modify this a bit and we will use another print statement to figure out how many values are selected. For that, we will use selection.cells.count. Let's run through the code by doing F8. And you can see one has been printed to the immediate window. And let's say if we select more than one values, let's see if this changes. And now you see we have 3 here. This means that we can simply add an if-else statement. For cases where we have multiple values, we will use this block. And if we only have one value, then we can simply do is replace this cell with active cells.value. Let's just do a filter and see if it works correctly on the filter as well. This should still show 3 here. Okay, this will show 5 because this is not taking into account the special visible cells. So if I replace this with this, it should now show 3 here. Great, we have 3 here. Right, so let's start and write our if-else block. So we start our if-else. We say if selection.cells.count equals to 1, then we will run a separate code, which will simply replace active cell or value, and else if this is greater than 1, we run a separate block which is below, and we add an end if. Seems like there's something wrong. Yes, we have then here, and we have a then here as well. A bit of formatting. Okay, now let's run our code again. 3 files should open. Great, 3 files are opened successfully. Now let's test it on one file. I just need to comment this out. We don't need this. Okay, one file opens as well. Now let's select all of these files and test it. So total 5 files should open up. 3, 4, and 5. Boom. Means that we have created a code that will work on one file, multiple files, and visible filtered files as well. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you have any more video recommendations or any problems you're facing, let me know in the comment section and I'll make sure to make a video on it. Till next time, happy coding.